Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm here today because it is Wednesday, so that means box day. We're going to use my favorite book, the pink book, the fold flat box template, and these two mounds. Now these were downstairs in my mom's little candy jar. So I figure we'll make a fun, like, long box so you can fit like in a Christmas stocking or, you know, something like that. Now, the funny thing is I have never ever tried a Mounds or an Almond Joy, which is crazy because I love dark chocolate and I love coconut, but there must have been something, I don't know, traumatic that happened to me as a kid or something with these, because every time I look at the wrappers, it kind of makes me a little bit sick. So I don't know if maybe I did try them as a kid and I ate so many that I got sick and I just don't remember. I don't know, but in my adult life, or my teenagers to adults, I've never tasted these. So I don't know. My mom said that. She's like, maybe, you know, you got it somewhere, and I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and measure this out. And so my left to right is going to be, let's do let me do the bottom because sometimes the bottom's thicker. It's exactly 1, but I feel like the sides are coming out a little bit. So let's do 1 1/4 by, put these two together and measure that out by 5 1/2. Yep, let's do that. So 1 1/4 by 5 1/2 by, how thick is this? Let's just do 3/4 because I don't feel like doing the 1/8. Okay, so 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, half, because that's the measurement I like. My left to right is 1 1/4. My up and down is 5 1/2. Oops, I don't need that. Okay, let's get some pens out here. Calculator. Yes, that's how I drew my arrow. Dang, I skipped a whole page. Okay. 0.75 plus 1.25 plus 0.75 plus 1.25 plus 0.75 equals 4 3/4 by, here's my up and down, 0.5 plus 0.75 plus 5.5 plus 0.75 plus 0.5 equals 8. Ooh, you can get 2 of these boxes out of 1 sheet of paper, a twofer. All right, so the long side, we need 1/2 inch, and I think 1 1/4, I think that's what that is, plus 0.75. Yep. On both sides. And on the short side, we need 3/4, 2, 2 3/4, and 4. Okay, that's what we need. Let's get our paper. And I actually have scraps that I was working with. I think that's 5 1/2. It is. So let's do this 8 by 4 3/4. Okay. And on the long side, we need 1/2 and 1 1/4 on both sides. All right, so we got 1/2, 1 1/4, rotate, 1/2, and 1 1/4. So for my scoreboard users, that is half, 1 1/4, 6 3/4, and 7 1/2. Okay. Let me get some water here. Okay. Double check those measurements. Yep, okay. And then on your short side, you're going, oh my gosh, I just dropped my score blade. Alright, so you're going 1/2 inch. No, I'm lying to you. 3/4 of an inch. 2, 2 3/4, and 4. Okay. Put your paper up like this, and we're going to go ahead and varnish. Nope, that's not going to fit there. Varnish all your lines. When I'm not doing the tutorial, I typically varnish second. I usually do all my cutting first, but it honestly doesn't matter if you do it now or after you cut. It's just when you do it now, it's easier. But if I'm doing a bunch of these at a time, I'm going to do all my cutting first. I don't know. That's just how I do it. Alright, put the short side at the top. We're going to take our scissors and the 4 boxes on the bottom right. So 2 rectangles, where my scissors are, 2 rectangles, 2 squares, and cut that off. What you do to the bottom, you need to do to the top. So cut off those 4 boxes again. If you need slower instructions, I definitely have that. I have linked the videos down below in the description box. So then I mitered and I cut off a little sliver. I cut off that little sliver just in case I mismeasured or whatever, so it lays flatter. Alright, now we're going to come up to the first score line, cut off half, miter, miter, vertical score line, cut up, the boxes to the left, cut off half, miter, miter. Okay. What you do to the bottom, you need to do to the top. Rotate it. Vertical score line on the right, cut up half of the right, miter, miter. Next vertical score line, cut up, the boxes to the left, half, miter, miter. Okay. Clean up, get out your corner rounder. And corner around these little middle things. Gosh darn it. Okay. I can see right now that I did not cut this. I didn't cut the score line completely out, so it may be tight getting that in there, but we'll find out. Alright, revarnish that line. Glue, which I think mine is clogged up. Let's see what I got going on here. Okay. Alright, there is something super stuck in my glue thing. Oh, there's a lot of yuck in there. Alright, let me unclog this before we glue. Okay, it was clog. Anyway, got it working now. Making sure you get your glue up to that folded edge on those corners. Fold over, making sure it's lined up properly. Let it dry. I need the little pressy thing. I bought one, but I don't know what I did with it. Okay. Close up one end. This is where I said I don't think that I cut that properly. So I got to take off the tiniest little sliver. You always want to take the least amount off, like do tiny little slivers at a time, because if you take off too much, then it doesn't lock in. There we go. All right, let's put our snacks in there. They fit perfectly, of course. And there you go. You have a cute little tube that will fit perfectly in a stocking, a Halloween, bouquet or something like that. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. Measurements are in the description box. Bye.